So what do over 30 years of selling experience teach you? Well, it teaches you that sales equals income. Without sales, there's no income. It teaches you that there's a lot of people out there teaching you how to sell and how to generate it. But I want to tell you right now how you can turn yourself and anybody else you bring in your organization into a great salesperson, or how to spot the right person to begin with. Now, it doesn't have anything to do with pedigree, college degree, who you know, who you don't know, all that other stuff. But this is the raw material that can turn anybody into a great salesperson, particularly when you're switching media, when it's one-to-one, one-to-many, on camera, off camera, all over the place, okay? There's a few things in common. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Blair. Some of you know me as a Rich Dad advisor to Robert Kiyosaki in the area of sales, team development, personal development, and how to forecast and create your future, okay? But today I'm going to talk about some salespeople, how to get the right ones, okay? So I got 6 items here. Number one, first and foremost, if you're trying to get a great salesperson or become one, highest energy wins. That's right, highest energy wins. You got to have energy. You know, we always say that in sales, 2 people come together in a selling situation. Person with highest energy usually wins, right? And if you don't have that experience, think about your kids. If you have kids and their energy is higher than yours, who wins, right? So energy and mood levels. So in other words, it's easy for all of us to fall into a slump. It's easy for all of us to get discouraged once in a while. But a good salesperson has the ability to shift, state change, and increase their mood level almost on a moment's notice. Now, there's some people that don't do that so well, other people that do. And even the moodiest of salespeople, and I've met them and I am one, have the ability when push comes to shove, when the camera goes on, when the phone call is answered, to shift your mood level immediately to rise to the occasion, okay? So that's the first thing. So person with low energy, I'm not saying they can't, but I'm saying right now that if you want to survive and flourish and do well, you're going to need to master your energy levels. And the people that you interview or the people that you're working with, whether they're volunteer, commission, whatever, highest energy wins. That's the first criteria. Energy and mood levels, okay? Number 2, persistence. Many of you maybe know that I wrote the book Sales Dogs, right? That you don't have to be an attack dog to be successful in sales. Well, why dogs? Because dogs, of all the pets, of all the animals that we domesticate, they are the persistent. They love you no matter what. You could beat them with a stick, yell at them, tell them to scoot, get out of the way, and they keep coming back, for more. They're persistent. They don't give up on you. They're loyal as the day is long. And those are the attributes of a good salesperson. You know, they're not only persistent from the fact that they attach to you, but they're persistent in everything they do. I call it a dogged approach to life. Look, I know this is a task. I'm not quitting. I'm going to keep going, keep practicing, keep calling until I get the deal, yes or no. Okay? So persistence is critical, and you probably already knew that. But think about next time you pet your dog, next time you pick up a stick or a ball and throw it, and they keep doing it again and again and again. They'll do it all day long. That's a good salesperson. Okay? Number 3, 100%, 100, maybe 10% real. Some people call it authenticity. I'm going to say more than authenticity because I don't quite understand that term. Being 100% real all the time. That's a sign of a great salesperson. Why? Because these days people want to be able to talk to somebody they can trust, somebody that they know what they see is what they get. When they're not on the phone, when you're not on the camera, you're not somebody else, you're who you are. People ask me all the time, what do you like when you're not on camera? What do you like when you're not in a seminar? I go, it's the same thing. Nothing changes. So being 100% real. Now, what does that mean? That means that obviously it means that your thoughts, your values, your actions, your beliefs are all congruent, okay? But what else it means in a more real sense is that you talk the truth as you know it. Somebody asks you a question, you don't know the answer, you go, man, I don't know the answer to that, but I could look it up for you, or let's call somebody right now and figure that out. but never, ever, ever, ever pretending to be somebody that you're not. I made that mistake very early in my career, many, many years ago when I first started in sales, and it bit me in the shorts every time, just about every time. I mean, I was able to get away with it a little bit, I thought, but at the end of the day, people want somebody that's 100% real. I say this, I say that if you're in a selling situation, this is not a performance, it's a conversation. And if you're going to have a conversation with a friend at a party or a friend that comes over to the house, you want them to be real. You don't want them to be putting on a show, trying to be interesting. A person that's interested is always more desirable than somebody's trying to be interesting, okay? So 100% real. If you've got some flaws, don't be afraid to talk about them. If you're afraid to talk about them, you need to work on that, okay? Because we all got them. I got skeletons in my closet. You got them in yours. It's okay. Once you become comfortable with the fact that you're not a perfect human being and that you're going to make mistakes and you're willing to share with other people, you're good. Oh, good. Now, you don't try to get people to feel sorry for you, but what I'm saying, 100% real. When in doubt, say you're in doubt. If you don't quite know, say you don't know. If there's something that's really interesting to you and you want to know more, say, can you tell me more about that? I really would like to know. Showing that you're interested rather than trying to be interesting will win you a lot of deals. It'll win you a lot of trust, respect, and people will like you, okay? That's number 3. Number 4, meticulous with follow-up. Now, that's not my strong suit, and I'm going to tell you that for most good salespeople, that's not their strong suit, but whatever kind of a system, whether it be automated, whether it be a personal assistant, some way to have meticulous follow-up. Why? Here's the rule. Just because you're ready to sell doesn't mean somebody else is ready to buy. That's a fact. Just because you're ready to sell doesn't mean somebody else is ready to buy. So if you continue to follow up in a meaningful way, not to be a pest, but in a meaningful way, there'll come a time when they'll entertain your pitch. They'll entertain what you have to offer, okay? So what's that look like? Well, it looks like you have a list management system of some sort. It could be Outlook, it could be some kind of a list manager, a way that typically flags people to tell you to call them back. But if somebody gives you any inkling of an idea of how you can follow up with them, do it. One thing I used to teach people a lot is find reasons. If you're dealing with somebody one-on-one, find reasons to follow up. In other words, if you find out that they're good, that they love the game of golf, okay, and you happen to have seen maybe a great article about the PGA, ask them tell them that you saw this great article in Sports Illustrated about the PGA. Did you see it? You go, no. Can I get it to you? Can I send it to you? No, that's fine. Please let me send it to you. So what did you just do? You purposely made an agreement. Why? So you could follow up. Why? Because what you're doing is you're creating a track record in their brain is that you make agreements, you keep them, and you follow up. That's called building trust, okay? So again, meticulous follow-up, whatever that takes. You never know. I mean, so a person that has turned you down or not talked to you for months, all of a sudden you call them and say, hey, check it in. I want to see how you're doing. And if you're going to do that, personally, through a conversation, make sure you have something meaningful to say. Give them some kind of an update. Don't just say, hey, how you doing? You ready to buy yet? That ain't going to work, okay? If you're doing it through chat, if you're doing it through email, make sure you have something of value to follow up with, a new development, an article they might like to see, a video that might be of interest to them, okay? All right, meticulous follow-up. Some people are better than that than others. Number 5, again, some of you won't like this, but a willingness to be accountable, particularly accountable to numbers. Accountable to numbers. What numbers? Well, every sales organization, every team, every business has what I call a selling cycle. A step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, could be 10 steps, could be 3 steps of how you generate a sale. It could be the first thing is a YouTube video with a call to action. And then somebody follows up, makes a comment on your video. Okay, so that's the first step. Okay, first step is video. Second step is a follow, is a comment. Third step is you're going to respond to the comment, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, each one of those steps can be measured. So the accountability doesn't mean that your numbers are always good. The accountability means you're keeping track of the numbers and you're always improving each step of the cycle. Okay, you may be very, very good at generating leads, but you may be terrible at closing them. Okay, you may be very good at closing, but horrible at generating the leads. You see what I'm saying? So you don't throw the whole thing out. You just will work on the particular piece. And the only way you can do that is by being accountable to those numbers. Okay, so keep accountable to the numbers and make sure you have somebody else that you're accountable to with those numbers. Okay, so have an accountability partner, your boss, you, whoever that is. Okay, that's number 5. And number 6, I love this one. Number 6, probably the most important attribute of a good salesperson. If you're going to hire one, you're going to become one, or you want to coach one, is what I call, they got to be a crazy, crazy student. A crazy student. What do I mean by that? Because they've got to be so crazy that they love studying the art of selling. They love studying about their own little voice. And because of what they know, the crazy student knows that the number one sale, the most difficult sale, is not selling a customer. It's selling you to you. It's managing that little voice in their brain. And they'll read everything and practice everything and listen to audios, continually working on self-improvement. Why? Because they love it. Why? Because they know that every time they work on it, they get a little bit better. They close a little bit more. Their numbers will continue to go up. Crazy student. What else are they a crazy student about? They're a crazy student about learning the art of negotiating, of persuading, of communicating, to become great communicators. Look, if your communication is good, your cash flow is going to go up. If your communication is poor, your cash flow is going to go down. That's the nature of business, okay? So the crazy student knows that, and they're relentless about reading everything. I can show you my whole bookshelf over here of everything they can about the art of negotiating, the art of persuasion, the art of articulating and being a great communicator. And the other thing that they're going to study is they're going to study the business. They're going to study about their clients. They're going to study everything they can about their niche, their market. What are the wants? What are the needs? What are the desires? What are the frustrations? And they're going to study those ineptly so that when they're talking to their customer, they know exactly what to say. They know exactly what's on their mind. Okay? So this is just a quick list. I could probably make up about 10 more, but for right now, energy and moods, persistence, being 100% real, meticulous in your follow-up, accountability to the numbers of your selling cycle, and being a crazy student. And by the way, if you want to be a crazy student, share this video with other people, watch it again, go to blairsinger.com. We've got a ton of amazing videos that'll teach you how to be a better negotiator, master the little voice in your head, and master the art of sales, okay? So it's blairsinger.com. Thank you for watching this. Please share with other people and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to keep you informed on all the new videos going on, okay? Be amazing.